when you get the line one up here at Jeffreys Bay. It's time for the semifinals. Caroline Marks taking on Carissa Moore, followed by Malia Manuel and Lakey Peterson. Will be crowning champions this afternoon. Different events on the calendar. You were one of the athletes that actually been down here to surf this wave. Quick up and out for Carissa Moore. Was it just one previous free surf trip before last year?
Ozzy and Bianca Budendag, two of the best to be my tour guide. As you see, Riz taking off on this one.
Get started with Carissa Moore. Up and out of her first wave, now committing to this wall. A three-time world champ, pacing her way down the line. Nice, clean, down carve. Wave's growing in size. Trims it under the lip. Beautiful flow so far. Big section, opens up wide, and it's going to keep Carissa behind, forcing her to kick out.
That momentum going down the line, and then you've got so much wall to work with to produce those turns. Kind of zigged when she should have zagged, and it sort of put her a little bit behind the section. You can't really see it right there on the screen, but that wave's starting to really build up down the line, and Carissa getting caught behind. So that's the whole thing of what Sally's just talking about, the cryptic nature of this wave. Disaster.
It's time for the 17-year-old to showcase this backhand that's getting called maybe the best on tour. All patience. Now driving through that first section. Look at this wall for Caroline. Little mid-face hack just to keep it to the tempo of the wave. Nice pace under the lip hook, and she'll sneak out of there on the end section. What a clash here, Carissa versus Caroline.
Overhead and Marksy, they're not having to create their speed. They're just flowing down the line, and it's graceful and beautiful to watch. And they're both just getting warmed up. You can see, like, just trying to eye off their spots, because, you know, earlier in the event, Marksy had it so dialed. When she gets that little TP of the lip and her board connecting right at that right time.
Caroline starting with a 4. Let's see what happened to Riss on this one, Potts.
Yeah, well, beautiful size wave here. These are one of those little waves that kind of keep growing. They sort of maintain that same pace, that same size all the way through. And you can see right here, flying down the line. So now the whole situation is, where do you do the turn? Carissa goes into that maneuver, doesn't quite get that release that she was looking for, and catches that outside rail.
And just on the coming into that last turn post, don't you reckon she just kind of hits this little ridge in the wave, ready, won't you?
Yeah, there's that's just due to that wind, isn't it? There's that little crease that runs down the face of the wave, kind of timing it, and that's the hard part, isn't it? Where do you do the turn, and how hard do you push on it?
Like just going into it.
A little bit off balance, yeah.
Me, just those enjoyable. As we see Riss, she's chipping into this little one. I think she's looking for one with that nice pace Potts was talking about. You can really kind of get more of those combinations going. So she's chipping in really nice, but I don't think this will have like that significant end section. So it'll be interesting. They're all sort of trading off those 4s at this stage, but keeps wrapping down the line, and it's going to be a long paddle back out, but she's going to make the most of it. Leash, but it's sort of like with the feathering wind and the lump, it looks so tricky. So, as I said, just believe that beautiful little surface is all these little tripwires, and I don't know, I think they're doing super well to try and navigate, but it's pretty even, so it shows how challenging it is for both. But I'm just waiting. I think Marksy is going to line up to really chip in.
And now Caroline on the next one. A little bit more speed on this opportunity for Caroline Marks, but a similar type of tapered off lip that she'll just hug the pocket. Now it might be go time. Passes Carissa there just to kick out.
Whack, that first significant one, and then whoever gets to that significant maneuver first, I reckon, is going to sink their teeth into the heat.
Yeah, you know, with that little ruffle, that little sort of crease along the wave too, it seems to be harder to set your fins. Caroline kind of nursing her bottom turns more so than normal, but getting it going here, looking a little bit more energetic on this one, and then races down the line. Did she miss that section? Maybe just a little bit there. It was going to be difficult to fit a turn in.
Well, I'll be on tour for another 15 years, so 15 now. So, yeah,
I love
got
it,
a couple after
there
that.
You go, perfect.
As we see Carissa Moore setting up this wave at J-Bay. Couple of frontside arcs. Nice controlled bottom turn. Changes it up off the lip there, holding her speed down the line. Now jamming with some momentum. Carissa Moore on the windup. Beautiful top turn to cover some ground, flowing through her final decision. And that that was the momentum she was looking for. Harness that speed so well. Go back to the 8.33. What'd you like about this one, Sally?
I really like that the pace she's like kind of taken into account all the waves she's ridden so far. And this one just chips at that nice pace. She gets a good major and starts to open her shoulders, and I think that's what was missing from the 4-point rides. None of them really got to sink into a major turn, so I just like the rhythm, and she's really going to the beat of the wave on that one. But I think the exciting thing for Marksy here is that Carissa sort of dropped an 8 at about like 60-70% of her surf in there. So if Carolyn can kind of keep a level head and chip into something that has a more connected wave and even pace and just get those like kind of consecutive belts she does, like there's no reason she can't even like chip into that 9.2. Like as in, it looks like 2 rides at this stage, but you know, like crazier things that happen.
You're watching Finals Day on Fox. Caroline Marks just pushing through the wall to try to answer to Carissa Moore. Lines equipment also brought to you by Matt Biola. She'll chip into this wave. Let's see if she can get that 9.2. With some speed to burn, she'll chase the open face down the line. Extended bottom turn, clean start with that wrap. She's hoping for a bit of a double up. Easy tempo on that swing off the lip down. That one's going to stop a little bit short for Caroline Marks.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. That was the camera work was real close. We didn't really see the wave stretching out, and I think that's what you got to look at.
Crazy thing is when you stand up, you know how you guys were saying you get an iron on those free surf days, and in the replay here, like I think it's a tricky morning to get one of these ones to double up bowl. Like it looks like they kind of hit a little flat spot, and she seemed like, yeah, she wanted to get more surfing done, but as we said, it just kind of stops your flow. It goes, I'm going to close out here. And I think when you take off and look down the line, like it's possible to like fly all the way down for 100 meters, and maybe there's a section, you go to the casino, maybe it's a better section down there.
Yep.
Or you can stay where you are and do your surfing like she's done.
He'd almost over surf in his head and be exhausted as we look at a bomb out the back for Caroline Marks. Needs an 8.07 here for the lead. Great timing off the lip. This one looks like it has that double up. Hits that lip section. It's already bowling, but it's going to run off without her. Her wave before was the 6.27, so broke down the 9.2. Then was chasing the 8.07 there, a 3.55 to go.
Big backhand hanger on the last turn. It was like almost like a little, didn't get an iron on the little float, and then, oh.
Yeah, beautiful first maneuver, just setting it up. Waiting, let the wave be the hero. Beautiful turn there. And you're waiting for that big turn off the top. Kind of got it there, dude. And then right here.
So nearly. Good combination, Gordon.
You can see the free surfers down at South. Steph Gilmore's one of them. Watching up the point as Carissa Moore is hitting the lip perfectly off the top. Great control through the breeze there, but she'll hop out of there quickly with 2:50 to go. Caroline Marks eliminated the semifinal, and we can't thank you enough, Sally, for joining us for the call. That was really fun to have you in here.
So much fun. Finals day.